Folks, we may have some drama brewing in Warriors land. I'm not trying to stir up the pot, but Jonathan Kuminga, our young star, 21-year-old, wants the Supermax contract. And a new report came out today saying the Warriors are not prepared to give him the 5 years, $224 million. This could be something that lingers the whole season. We've been talking about this all off season on Warriors Digest. He is going into his final year of the deal. So is Moody. If they don't sign a contract before the start of the season, they cannot sign it during the season, and they'll be restricted free agents next offseason. So the Warriors trying to play, let's see what happens, and then we pay him? Or is this a game of cat and mouse? We're going to break this all down and more information around this story here on Warriors Digest. Randy Silver with you. If you're a first-time viewer, long-time viewer, thank you for being with us. We give you all the Warriors news daily. Of course, when the news is there. New season's coming up. We have news coming daily very quickly. That's less than 3 weeks away from training camp. We got news on JK today. Please like and subscribe to Warriors Digest so you don't miss anything daily. Help us hit 7,000 fans. All right, story into it. The Golden State Warriors reportedly are not interested in offering Jonathan Kuminga a max extension per Anthony Slater of The Athletic. Here's the quote. The Warriors aren't currently prepared to give Kuminga a max extension like the 5-year, $224 million Franz Wagner got from the Orlando Magic that will start at 25% of the cap, or anything that stretches too close to that $44 million annual salary, league sources said. That's a bit small to see the font. I'm going to make myself bigger for you all. Long story short, Kuminga wants the $224 million. Warriors are not sounding like they're interested in giving it. That's a lot of money to give someone who's 21 years old and not sure if he's the guy. Franz Wagner proved he was the person in Orlando, played a lot of minutes, high-level minutes, played in the playoffs. Scotty Barnes, Toronto, received his contract as well, 5 years, $224 million. Proved that he was the guy building block for the for the Raptors. We think Kuminga is a building block for the Warriors. We've seen the flashes of it, but not the consistency of it. And hopefully he is consistent because I think he's a future All-Star, a future All-Pro, and I hope it's in the Warriors jersey. And I can understand in this new system, this new idea with Joe Lacob governing in a prudent way financially versus just spending a bunch of money that hasn't worked. And we're going to dive into that right now. So Slater didn't rule out the possibility that Kuminga would be willing to accept a lucrative offer for less than the max that would benefit the team. If you look back to Steph Curry, what did he do? He took less money to help out the team, then he got the bag. Something Kuminga maybe wants to do, prove yourself on this deal, and then get the max next deal. That doesn't mean there isn't a reasonable middle ground, perhaps in the 30-ish million per season range as the deadline nears. Nobody can say for sure what will happen if Kuminga is presented a concrete, life-changing financial offer, and the Warriors come to believe that deal will age well enough as the salary cap projects to skyrocket. There have been tentative extension discussions between the sides, league sources said, but a clear divide remains. So again, the new media rights deal kicks in next year. They just signed with Amazon. They just signed with NBC. They just signed with ESPN. We'll see what happens with TNT. And that's going to skyrocket the salary cap. They think in the next 10 years, it'll be over $200 million. Right now, it's $140 million. So if you can get him in at 30, let's just say $35 million a year, $35 million a year times 5, that puts you at basically a $170 million deal. Pretty good. That's a lot of money for someone coming from Africa. He did not grow up in wealth. I'm not saying that all Africans are not rich. I'm saying his personal situation, coming from Africa. He came here with little to nothing. And to be able to go home at 21 years old with $170 million, life-changing money, generational wealth money. So Kuminga, it seems like he has a bright head from what I've seen in interviews, what he's talked about. Can understand that maybe I take this now, get paid, I continue to improve, get better. That's what the team may want. That's what the team probably wants, because then also helps them win. You just paid Curry $62 million, the highest average annual value contract, or it's just behind Tatum, one of the two, for 3 years from now. So let's look at this for you. This is the wrong one. Here we go. So again, Kuminga is on his last year. So is Moody. They're restricted free agents if they don't sign by this offseason. Steph Curry just got that $62 million. So the salary cap, yes, it's going to go up. As I put in the Steph Curry video, his percentage of the salary cap actually probably goes down based off of how exponentially the salary cap is going up. We have $140 million committed without Kuminga and Moody next season. Melton probably depends how he plays this year. You would like to think they keep GP2 if he's healthy. Looney, does he want to stay as a backup, try to go start? And then some other smaller players like Waters. We don't know what's happening with Daquan Plowden. We don't know what's happening with Quinten Post. You got Spencer, Beekman, Plowden. Do they make their way up to the main roster? So the two really outstanding questions are Moody and Kuminga. What's going to happen with their salary? They're in the same boat, same draft class, first round picks. Kuminga, does he deserve that Supermax? That's a fair question to ask. The number 7 overall pick in 2021 draft had a breakout season in 23-24, 16 points, 5 rebounds a game, shot 53% from the field, 74 appearances. Before he started for Clay, when they made the switch, he was around 11, 12 points a game, around 2 rebounds, 2.5 rebounds a game, and shot a little bit below that. I think it was like high 40s. So he proved, you give him the minutes, you give him the time, he can be effective. Now the question is, can he do that across a full season? What about his other stats? Kuminga finished 4th on the team in minutes played last season, 3rd in points attempts and shot attempts. He started 46 games and set a single season record for 183 dunks. The trend lines are pointing correctly up. Now the question is, who else looked like that on the Warriors? Well, Jordan Poole, 4-year, $123 million extension after they won the NBA Finals. You get the bag, no, you get the bag. You get the bag, no, you get the bag. And Wiggins, Poole, both got the bag. Can't say either of them have played up to that potential. Of course, Poole is no longer with the team. What happened? Him and Draymond got in the scuffle. Boom, punch to the face. He never was the same after basically the whole season. He got shipped out to Washington for draft picks. And we got Chris Paul back. One and gone. Somebody who was supposed to be a focal point of this offense, can shoot the ball, is no longer here. And honestly, his career has not really done well in Washington. So was he a product of the team? Maybe. But he got his bag and he got a championship ring. So good for Jordan Poole. So based off that experience, are the Warriors now a little bit more cautious when it comes to Jonathan Kuminga? He has not done the same stuff that Poole has not done the same stuff in the environment. Yes, Kuminga won a ring, Moody won a ring, but they were not contributors on that finals team. Kuminga last season, slasher, dunks, energy, but was somewhat high liability on defense, and really wasn't the best pop shooter. Yes, he made some threes, but not at the clip that you want. The offseason videos we've seen have seen him shooting extremely well. I mean, yes, there's no defense. It's not a game. He's looking buff as always and putting the work in. He knows this is a prove it year. It seems like the Warriors are going to that. If you want the Supermax, prove it. If not, maybe they can get him in the 30 range and both parties win. The Warriors, again, they want financial flexibility. We've talked about this many times, just making sure you're aware of this. Yes, they went for the big fish, Paul George, Lauri Markkanen. Did not happen. So at the trade deadline, they have the ability still, if they need to make a trade, to go do something. Go get a big man. Maybe they need another shooter, whatever it may be. They also have their first-round picks, if I show you right here. We own the first-round picks. So you see on the left, 25 to 31. We have all those. You have to be able to draft in the first round multiple years. So that is good to know that we have our picks and you can maybe do something with it. I have a couple second-round picks too. Again, we have not signed Quinten Post. And there's really no dead money here. So the Warriors are looking good financially, besides for the fact that we are hard capped at that first apron. That's why Quinten Post is not signed. Can't go over that $500,000 left that we have. Now the question is, for Kuminga, what happens there? It does not affect this. That does not affect this because he would be signing an extension. Right now, what is Kuminga locked into? He's locked into the $7.6 million, which is already in the salary. So we're talking about future years, of course. So Lowry did not come. Markkanen did not come. The question is, what are the Warriors going to do with JK? What are they going to do with Moody? It seems like we're trending to potentially they play it. What did we just see in the NFL season? Dak got paid. The day of the first game became the highest paid player in NFL history in terms of the average annual contract value at $60 million, still below Steph. CeeDee Lamb got his money. Ayuk from San Francisco got his money. Trent Williams from San Francisco got his money. So we've seen people get paid. Training camps coming up to the game. They have the deadline October 5th, 6th. No, end of October would be before the season starts, I'm pretty sure. So we'll keep you up to date here. You know Warriors Digest, we got you. Like, subscribe, comment your thoughts. Does JK deserve the money? Does he not? And we're here for you daily. Bye, y'all.